Hello children, good morning. How are you all? First of all, a very happy new year to all of you. Yes, and wish you all the very best for the upcoming year, for your studies, for your good health, for your sports, everything. Okay children, let us begin our class with a short prayer and ask God to help us so that we will be healthy and the virus around will not affect us. Okay, oh God, our loving Father, help us and keep us healthy. Bless us and keep us strong so that the virus around us will not affect us. God, bless our thoughts, words and actions and keep us safe from all harm and danger. Bless our all near and dear ones like our parents and teachers and keep them in good health. Help us to study well so that we can do well for our final exam. Thank you, God. So children, now I hope you have had a wonderful vacation, and now we will start with the poem for English 2. The poem we will do today is chapter 2, The Vagabond. And I would appreciate if you would open your books and together take a pencil in your hand so that when I explain to you, you will write all the meanings. Because when it comes to exam point of view, when I give you a stanza, you have to write an explanation about it, a summary. So please keep pencil in your hand, keep the book open so that it becomes easy. As I explain to you, you can jot down all the meanings and some sentences which if you don't understand, you can just write it in pencil or keep a notebook in front of you also. Okay. Now let's start with the vagabond. Now who is a vagabond? Can anybody tell me? What do you understand by vagabond? A vagabond is a wanderer. It is referred to a person who is homeless, who is wanderer, who travels from one place to another, who has no fixed place, who has no boundaries of relationships. He goes from one place to another, he will travel whenever he wants, he will just halt for some time. Like gypsies, you know, they travel with one big bag. They just keep on traveling. If they like this place, they will stay for some days, they will enjoy the nature, they will enjoy maybe the food, and after a few days, again they will pack their bags and start traveling. They will not have love for materialistic things like house, car, such things. They will always be roaming around from one place to another. They will not have a fixed place. So basically they are homeless, they are wanderers. Okay, they have no fixed place. That is the meaning of vagabond. Now their life is very simple. They live a life of simplicity because they don't have a house, they don't have luxuries of life. They wherever they halt, they will put a small tent and they will stay there like a night shelter. So they are used to anything and everything, right? They don't have a house or like it's hot, come on put on the AC, or come on we cannot walk, we need a car to travel, nothing like that. They are really very simple with life and the living of lifestyle. Okay, so take a pencil in your hand and keep writing as I tell you the meanings. Okay, so a wanderer is basically a homeless person, a gypsy kind of a person who travels from one place to another. Now let's start to read the poem. Okay, please see your books. Give to me the life I love. Now, before I start with the poem, I should tell you that this is a Scottish poet. Okay, this poem is written by a Scottish poet named R.L. Stevenson. Okay, his name is Mr. Stevenson and he has written this poem. He is a very famous novelist also. He is a Scottish poet who loves to live a life of a traveler, and then he is also a novelist. His famous books are Kidnapped, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and The Treasure Islands. These are some of his famous works. Okay, now let's start with the poem. Give to me the life I love. Let the lave go by me. Give the jolly heaven above, and the byway nigh me. Bed in the bush with the stars to see. Bread I dip in the river. There's the life for a man like me. There's the life forever. Now, what does the poet try to tell us in this paragraph? He tries to tell us that he is a person who loves life. He is a person who loves nature. He is saying that give the life to me. Right? He's saying give me the life I love. Means here he is a traveler. He is like a wanderer. So he loves that life. He loves to live among the nature. He doesn't live a very stagnant life, right? So he wants to live a life of a wanderer. So that is what he's asking. As he wants to have an unlimited traveling. He wants to travel unlimited. He doesn't want anybody to stop him. So he says, give me the life I love. Right? Let the lave go by me. Lave. What is the meaning of lave? Lave means flowing water or a river or a stream, whatever you call it. Basically, it's flowing water because a stream or a river always keeps flowing. So, lave means flowing stream or a river, flowing water. Okay, you can take the pencil and write. Let the lave go by me. Okay, so he's saying that he wants to be like the flowing river which doesn't stop in any place. Give me the jolly heaven above. Jolly, what is jolly? Jolly means happiness. He wants to be happy all the time. He doesn't want to be sad. Okay, jolly means happy. Heaven, jolly heaven. Jolly means happy. Heaven means what? Open sky. He wants to be happy under the open sky. He doesn't want to be caught up in the house and all these things. He wants to be happy under a open sky. Heaven above means open sky. And the byway nigh me. Byway means what? Byway means the side. You know, the main road is there and then you have those side roads. So, it is the side roads. Byway is the side roads. Nigh me. Nigh means the side. So, he wants to go through the side roads. He doesn't want like somebody telling him go straight, go this side, go that side. No, he wants to go in all the side roads and he wants to adventure what is there, what the nature is, how the nature is. He doesn't want anybody to restrict him. So he says that under the happy sky, where the sky is above me, I want to be happy. By the side roads, I want to see the sight. Then the poet says, bed in the bush with stars to see. So he says, I don't need a big bed like the soft bed what people have to sleep. He says, I can sleep anywhere. I just need some grass. I need the earth. I need some bushes. I just need some grass, the earth under me. That's all. That is enough for my bed. And the sky above. So he says, I want a bed where I can just lie down and see stars above me. I don't want to have any restrictions between me and the sky. Right. So he says, the bed of bush. Bed in the bush with the stars to see. He wants to just sleep on the plain ground. Probably with some grass. He doesn't need a soft bed or a house or anything like that. Where he can see the sky and the stars when he lies down. Bread I dip in the river. So, in the morning when we wake up, we have a cup of tea, coffee, or we have some bread, some chapati with hot tea, coffee, right? So the poet says, I don't wish for some hot tea, coffee, anything like that. I don't want some great food, some very lavish food. He says that I just need that bread. You know, in the bread, when we keep it night in the morning, sometimes it becomes stale, it becomes hard, right? So he says, I don't need some hot breakfast. He says, I can just eat bread, which I can dip in the water. I don't need tea and coffee. He says, I can just dip the bread in the water. So water means, he means a river. So he just needs some water where he can just dip the bread and he can eat. He doesn't need some hot food in the morning for breakfast. There's a life for a man like me. There's a life forever. So he says that there's a life for a man like me. He doesn't want any restrictions in life. He just wants freedom. He doesn't want house, or he doesn't need a car, or he doesn't want to have a family or anything. He just wants to be alone under the sky, on the land. He just needs some water, some bread, that's all. He has a very simple life. A wanderer has a very simple life. They live a life of simplicity, right? Where nobody will bother them. Nobody, whenever they want, they will sleep, they can get up, they can start walking, nobody to stop them. So it's a very carefree life. Okay, so here in this paragraph, in short, what do we understand? What is the poet trying to tell us? That the poet does not desire for lavish lifestyle, right? The poet does not desire for a very rich or lavish lifestyle. He just desires very simple things. That is, he wants to see the sky above him. He just needs some ground under him where he can just lie down. When he sees light, when he sleeps, he wants to see the stars. He just needs some bread and some water that he can eat and fill his stomach. He doesn't wish for some good food or expensive food. This is all the basic necessity of life which the poet is wishing for. Now let us see the second para. Let the blow fall soon or late. Let the will be over me. Now what is the poet trying to say here? Let the blow. What does the blow mean? The blow means either the death. Death which is unpredictable. It is so uncertain, right? We don't know when we will die. It might be today, it might be after 10 years, it might be after 15 years or 100 years. We don't know. So it is so uncertain, right? And it is unpredictable also. So here the poet also means either death, which can be so uncertain, it can come anytime, or he also means misfortune or calamities. Please write the meaning, children. Death is, the blow means either death, misfortune or calamity of nature, right? Now calamity means either it can be an earthquake, it can be a volcano eruption, right? So we don't know what happens. Suddenly we might just feel the tremor and the earth is apart, right? So that is an earthquake and we cannot have any predictions about it, right? So even about volcanic eruptions, we have no clue from where what will just erupt, right? So here what the poet is saying is, let the blow fall soon or late. Means he says like there might be some calamity, or there might be I might die, some misfortune coming over me. So let it come soon or let it come late. You know, he doesn't care. He is such a carefree person. He says that I don't care. Let it come soon or let it come. Let any misfortune come, some calamity come, or I might die. It might come soon or it might come late. Anyway, I am ready for it. Let what will be o'er me. Means he says, let it come on me and I am ready. Give the face of earth around and the road before me. Wealth I seek not, hope nor love, nor a friend to know me. All I seek, the heaven above and the road below me. Now what does he say here? Give the face of earth around me and the road before me. So what does he say? Give the face of earth around me means what? He always wishes to be around nature. Earth means nature. He wishes to be around nature and he wants to be within the nature. He doesn't want to, he is not a person who is like, who wants to have a profession and he wants to work or he wants to be a duty bound person. No, he wants to be a free person. He wants to just be like a free bird in the nature where nobody can restrict him. So he says, give me the face of earth. So he says, I always want to be in nature, around nature. Okay. Let the road before me. So he is a person who wants to travel, right? So he says like, give the road before me means I want to travel. I can't stay in one place. I need to travel. So all I need is, I need nature, I need the free sky, and I need the road which keeps me on going. And the road before me. So he says, I don't want to stick in one place. I just want to be a free bird and be a wanderer. Wealth I seek not, hope nor love. So he says, wealth I seek not. What does seek mean? To find. Seek means to find. Wealth. Wealth means money. So the poet says, I don't need money. Nor do I need a family. Nor do I need love. I don't want anybody to love me. I don't need any family to, hold me. I don't need money. I don't have that craze to make money, to become a big man. No. I'm happy to be in the nature. That is what the poet is trying to tell. So, and he's saying, nor a friend to know me. I don't need no friend. Like, see, we are social people, right? We have friends around us. If we don't have friends around us, if we don't have family around us, we will be very lonely, right? We will have a very lonely and lonesome life. So, it is very important to have a family and friends. But here the poet is saying, I don't need no friend to know me. I don't need any friend to come and be my friend and talk to me or to know me. I don't want any friend. I don't need to talk to somebody. I am free. I love to talk to nature, to the stars, to the sky. So he doesn't need any friend nor family. He doesn't need money. He doesn't need nothing. He doesn't need love. He doesn't need somebody to love him. He wants to be a free person. All I seek, the heaven above and the road below me. So he says, all I seek is heaven above. Heaven is, what does the poet refer to? Heaven means the open sky. Yeah. He means the sky above, which is there. He doesn't need anything above else. He just needs the open sky and the road below him. Why? Because the poet is fond of traveling. He wants to travel. He doesn't want to be stagnant in one place. He would love to go from one place to another and he wants to explore the nature and the beauty of nature. So here he says, I just need a road below me. I don't need a house or I don't need anything. I don't need no boundaries to hold me. I don't need no friends. That is what the poet is trying to tell us, that he doesn't need a friend. He doesn't need a family. He doesn't need somebody to love him. Nor does he need a friend whom he wants to love. He just wants to be under the open sky and on top of the road, and the road which will lead him to go from one place to another. He wants to be a traveler who can travel unlimited without anybody's hesitance. Okay, children. So I hope you understood this first and the second para of the poem, where the poem always seeks for freedom and he finds joy in being a wanderer. Now, I will see you in the next video. But before I see you in the next video, I want to ask you a question. My first question is, what does the poet want from life? What are his desires in life? What does the poet want in life? This is my first question. The second question is, in the poem The Vagabond, what is the role of the poet? What is he expressing himself as? What is he expressing himself as? What does he want to be? Okay, this is the second question and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.